Hello everyone, welcome to Always Open. This episode is sponsored by Dick Eyewear and Movement Watches. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and with me today I have Chelsea Harfouche.
Woo! Yeah!
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 That's what happens every time I say my name in any place.
That's
at
what
any time.
Yeah.
It's Chelsea Harfouche.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh,
See?
it's just like a guttural reaction.
Yeah,
It is.
It just
What
happened. I make a Burton. No whoops there. It's fine.
I'll go like this.
Oh!
Oh, wait a second. I can do like that. Like it's like a nice little like.
Arriba.
I'll give you something. I'll give you
love
something
it.
to work
I love
with.
it. All right, now what's
I'll
gonna
do
happen
it.
there?
For me,
What's gonna happen with your
Oh,
We'll surprise you.
Yeah,
I should have saved it.
Should I say my last name? You
Yes.
guys all do.
Yeah,
I did.
Salcedo. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh.
Sensual.
Wow.
Nice.
You do have
We
like
all
it's
did
a
that.
sensual like darkness that's happening over
Sensual
here.
darkness.
I want it. That's gonna be my new Tumblr URL.
Sensual darkness. If that's not taken, I will delete my Tumblr. There's no way that that's available.
But if you did sensual darkness with like a Z at the end and like 3 S's, I'm sure it's fine.
And throw some numbers in there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that relates to me the most out of all of us. So maybe I should take it, just to be nice.
I was trying to
Clearly.
spread it around. So.
Spread around the
true.
sensual
the
darkness.
sensual darkness.
Well, speaking of spreading things around, let's get drunk.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I love this.
yes.
This week's shot is called the Dragon's Kiss, and it was submitted by Doug L., and it consists of vodka, cranberry, grenadine, and a pinch of cinnamon as well, which I guess is the key in there.
Ooh.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out to you, Doug. Thank you for the
Shout
shot.
out, Doug.
Shout out.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Now,
I'm down for that.
I'm feeling it.
I can make that work.
Oh,
All right.
that's how you know it's a good shot.
All right.
Yeah.
you did that.
I drank it so... I drank it so hard that I burped.
It was a good one.
Twas.
All right, ladies. I'm gonna
What are you-
I don't know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? Is it like those cup stacks?
It's been a day.
I used to cup stack as a kid.
you had the competition.
No,
Oh,
there was
would
a
you do the,
competition
like,
in my
the-
elementary school.
No, Barbara.
No, not Pitch
Actual
Perfect.
We're not-
cup stacking.
So there's like this sport called cup stacking.
Yes.
Oh, with
and-
the plastic
With the
cups, right?
plastic cups,
Yep.
and there's a certain way to do it, and it gets to like the Tower of 32 or something. And there's a certain way to slide it all down fast, and
Yeah, I've seen that before.
yeah.
I've seen it because isn't it okay? You guys know that Skrillex song that was everywhere that was like the oh my god, like
Oh,
the
yeah, girl. Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god is from the girl that did like the
Yeah.
world's fastest cup stacking.
Oh.
Like he
That.
sampled it.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's why you know that.
That's the only thing I know about cup stacking is that
What's it about
Skrillex
cup-
is super into it.
Yeah, he's so into it. I don't know what it is about cup stacking, but it's always these like very young girls who are really good at it.
yeah.
Like these girls who are like 11 or 12 years old who are just like,
It's because they're just hyper enough on like, I don't know, what did 10-year-olds eat? Candy or something?
I think maybe food.
Yeah.
Like
Candy.
food for, like, a
They
human.
just shovel candy.
anything they want.
Candy into their mouths. Listen. I'm gonna just start drinking.
I remember being in PE and being like, they
Yup.
come and do the presentation. I was like, I fucking need some cups, Mom.
Yeah.
And I made her buy me the glow-in-the-dark ones
I had the glow-in-the-dark ones too.
very
They also
nice.
had the glitter cups.
in case you wanted to stack in the dark.
See, I only had glasses at home.
But no, this
Oh,
skipped
no.
my elementary school
Really?
100%.
I guess that
we were just
that
doing
shows
Kid
our
Fight
age.
Club,
Yeah.
so we didn't.
Right.
What's Kid Fight Club?
Kid Fight Club.
I need to know this.
It's
now.
really great.
Kid Fight Club is exactly what it sounds like. It's where you get, like a chill amount of kids, like 7 to 15
chill
kids.
What a weird specific number.
I grew up in like the deep South, okay? Like there were no cups,
Wait, where are
there
you
were
from?
no Slidell, Louisiana, outside of New Orleans.
Yeehaw.
Like
Jesus.
the actual swamp. We used to hang out on Bayou Liberty, like with the water moccasins, and then we'd go home and we'd Kid Fight Club, and that's when you get all the kids on the bed.
A chill amount of
A
kids.
chill amount of kids on the bed, because it's all your Catholic cousins. So it's like a bunch of them. Oh, yes. And you get on the bed. The bed's really big. As we discussed, you played Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping, and then whoever was still left on the bed at the end of Tub Thumping was like King Kid.
Oh my god.
Fattest kid of the time.
No, I was good because what you do is I learned this from my cat. Why did I say that?
This This story is just devolving. I swear to
How
God.
many things does a human learn from a cat?
Well, what I learned is that if
least
you're
one.
small, then what you do is you get on your back and then you just kick out like with all limbs.
Okay.
And so that's what I did.
But my question is, if you didn't have the cup stacking in elementary school, did you
not.
have those death scooters where it would like fuck up your fingers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And other kids would
Do
like roll over.
Canadians
You
not
guys,
have
you guys
death
don't have like little scooters?
What are the death scooters?
So
These
they're
like-
like they're like these little scooters, these flat plastic scooters that you would sit on. They would
Yeah.
have 2 handles on the side, and the only way to get around was to scoot around. But for some reason,
Yes, we did have those.
So everybody would knock into each other, and they would just fuck your fingers up.
Yeah, they would.
we
it
did
was
not
horrible.
get into each other.
You're Canadian.
We were civil.
Yeah,
No.
no.
obviously.
We were
We just have
asshole
kid fight
Americans.
club.
and-
Our gym teacher would give us those if they had nothing planned for the day. They'd be like, "Scooter time!"
Yeah.
And we'd be like, "Yeah!"
And then
It's
we
either
would, like,
that or the big like
the big parachute thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, parachute.
But see, we would always try and like hold on to each other's scooters, and we'd end up like whipping around, and everybody would crash into the wall, and we'd be bleeding. It's whatever.
There's
It
also
was a lot.
those scooters that I saw recently. We'd use them for a shoot. They're the ones that you sit on and you wiggle your butt for it to
yeah, we
move.
used those for
What?
play.
Yeah,
For
you
like
like
500.
I've never
you
seen
wiggle
that.
your butt
Yeah.
and that's what makes it go and just
Interesting.
kind of like go like that.
Yeah, you wiggle your ways. It works pretty well though. Like if you get a good scooter.
Except if you get a broken one.
Except if you get
Oh.
a broken one, then you're fucked.
Rest in peace.
Didn't you and Tyler win that race?
We did. We might have cheated.
I didn't see, so it's
Good
okay.
to admit now.
You know, but whatever. We won.
Well,
It's fine.
it's a victory.
Oh.
Speaking of, so we wanted to open up the show by talking about small victories.
Small victories.
Um,
We're
you know,
holding on to.
there's some stuff in the world these days that makes a few people unhappy or
What?
feeling
Barbara?
not so great about the way things are going.
What are you even talking about?
And we were just talking about taking joy in small things.
Yeah.
Yeah, little things.
For example, the peach emoji.
Peach emoji.
Fun fact:
Blessed peach emoji.
peach emoji, as you might know, looks like a butt.
Yeah.
Or did.
It did.
And then
you
they
know more
changed
about
it. Oh, yes.
Look at it.
Oh,
They
that
God,
ass? That
oh,
ass.
Just
peach.
what an ass. And then they made it just like a basketball for a brief amount of time, and the world revolted.
As they should.
Apparently that will get people out and talking about things, and they were like, we have to organize, we have to canvas, like we're not gonna let this stand. And then they updated it, and now it's back to butt.
Yeah, turns out
back to butt.
99% of people voted.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a really good
emoji.
voter turnout.
That's some
it's
serious
great.
voter turnout. So now I have the perfect emoji once again to text people at 4 a.m. and just be like, you up?
You have
Well,
Is that ass up?
Is
that
that
and
ass
the eggplant. If they get rid of the eggplant, then like it's over.
Oh, life is over if the eggplant goes away.
They'd never.
Oh, is that-
They'd never.
See, to
oh,
be
yeah,
fair, that does look like a peach.
Yes,
that's not
But it's
the
not-
point.
But it's not the
Barbara.
but it's not the point.
But it's not the point. That seems like something that Barbara would say.
I've been
But
hanging
you-
out with Barbara a little too.
I'm glad that I'm
Barb,
wrong
we
on
need some
this.
separation.
No, we don't. You're my prodigy.
So speaking of emojis, you taught me something literally like 20 minutes ago that has changed my life, and I'm now implementing in my phone.
Small victory.
Small victory. So
to serve.
the shrug emoji, the like typed out shrug emoji, I use a lot because I'm an indifferent bitch, and I like to answer a lot of people's questions with,
Yeah.
and it's a hassle because there's no shortcut on the iPhone. That's not an actual emoji. I usually Google shrug emoji, copy
Right.
and paste it.
Yep.
So you told me, because I know that there's shortcuts in the iPhone, if I type asterisk shrug or if I set
Or
it as-
anything.
or
Yeah, you
anything.
can set it up. You
set
could've
it up,
said,
so-
like, fuck you.
Right, and then it would have done it. But I set it up like yours, asterisk shrug, and now the shrug emoji pops up, and I am so happy I can be an even more of an indifferent bitch.
You guys
true.
are blowing my fucking mind with these shortcuts.
She just
It
uses
has-
Yeah, the fact that
shortcuts.
you don't know shortcuts.
Well,
is kinda
actually, I
sad.
will say, I do have one.
There it is.
There it is.
Indifferent.
It's important for your hands to pop. Yeah, like, there it is.
Let's get a wide on that. Let's just. There you go.
That's so lovely. That was just lovely.
The one shortcut that I do have in my phone is that when I type Beyonce, it comes up with the
The little accent.
accent,
on the E.
but
Yes.
also with 2 crown emojis.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
that's
And
nice.
all uppercase. That's the only shortcut that obviously I believe is important enough to
Right.
put in my phone.
Well, that's just like autocorrecting
It's
to
just
what you would
to
do.
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
should
My
be
phone
in
does that.
everyone's phone.
If I type just yes, just YAS, it corrects to yes.
And all
Mine does that too,
Yeah.
and it's really bad for like professional text where they're just like, oh yeah, could you email this person and explain to them like how to use like their aluminum whatever, and then
Right.
it's just like like, yeah, I can do that.
Yes, bitch.
She is so excited about marketing email.
Does your phone ever autocorrect something where it's like, I've never typed that word in my life before, but it
Oh my
keeps
God.
wanting me to type it?
Yes.
And it's not even like a real word.
Well, tell us what word it is and we'll tell you if it's a real word.
Maybe it is. But like, I would type the word like anything, and it would want to correct it to anythings.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
I've
not
never
sure.
typed anythings.
That's strange.
And that, as far as I know, is not a correct word.
Yeah, I don't think it
Yeah,
is.
no,
I
okay,
mean, because
okay,
like, why would you like? It's like I'll take anything's for dinner. Like, I don't think that's a thing.
Or I like when I type
Also
what the
trying to be
hell
cute.
and it'll do what the heel, like HE''LL, and I'm like, no, not heel. He's not going to do anything. I'm saying what the hell.
I just like how you're saying it heel.
Heel.
Instead of,
Heel.
like, hill.
Hill.
Are you talking about like HE''L?
apostrophe L.
I thought you were saying like HEEL.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh
no,
my God.
heel, like heel go do something.
Heel.
Is it
oh,
Like
hill? Hill go he. But he will heel, not he will hill.
He'll go to something.
The longer we talk about this, the more confused I feel.
Right, but wait, like
Get your shoe off the table. Mariel. You're a fucking animal.
God, Mariel.
Just stay like that the whole
See,
time.
you put me next to the
wow.
wild child. What is this?
You're between two wild childs.
Siri. I'm just really.
You're Siri?
I'm Siri, but I just really wanted to sit next to Barbara.
It's fine, I get it. She's radiant.
Just a ray
She's
of sunshine,
golden.
really.
Look at her.
She's golden, and I'm dark and mysterious, and I just feel like we have a vibe.
There you
We
go.
do.
It's yin
we
and
go.
yang.
We go together.
Or
like
yin
peanut
and
butter
yang,
jelly.
if you will. Yin and
that works.
yang,
This is
if you
purple.
will. Ah!
Get off my show.
I'm never gonna be able to come between these people. This love-hate tempestuous intensity right here.
It's a will they,
Yeah,
won't
it
they?
is.
Will we, won't we? I'm not sure.
Have you?
I'm so glad that some people listen to this only audio version. It just makes what happened. Just
For the audio only, I
first
was
of all-
seductively but not seductively licking my straw.
I wanna
You're welcome.
talk about something that happened this weekend or last weekend. The Extra Life stream.
oh yeah,
there
because I
was
guess
some-
this is
There was some
kiss action going on.
and the best part of it was Mika in the background just like
I know. So everybody was like, Mika representing bi and gay girls everywhere. Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, we did have our Extra Life stream a couple days ago, and Ashley and I, as you may know, Ashley Jenkins works for Rooster Teeth,
From the
beautiful lady.
internet.
We said that if we got 5 donations of LEET, which is $1,337, within the hour, we would kiss.
As you do.
For the
that makes
kids.
sense.
Yeah.
For the kids.
Yeah.
And of
That's
course
what they
we
wanted.
did.
Yeah. kids.
And so we kissed. It was just a little like.
it was very cute
Yeah,
and innocent.
little
It was just a,
I mean I had to watch it like 500 times just to make sure.
Yeah,
that
no.
how
Just
it was
examine.
like a peck. Yeah. Is there like a place that this is
Yeah.
saved?
There is.
definitely.
Can be
I will forward
yeah.
it to you.
it's on a couple
I
places
just,
on Reddit.
I didn't notice that I was so intently staring until the pictures came out the next day of me just like, I mean, what?
I saw a lot of comments that were just like, when you're bi as fuck watching your two straight friends kiss in front of you, and it was like a picture of you. Like,
I was like,
it was such a perfect screen cap.
like someone captioned it like your gay awakening though. And I was like,
Yeah, we were on
of
like
course it was me.
4 different subreddits when that happened. We were on
Yep.
Straight Girls Playing,
Nice, dope.
Wait for the Plot, which I don't even understand what that
Oh.
is.
Well, plot, I guess maybe sometimes in super gay animes is referred to as like gratuitous ass shots
Okay.
and
That's probably what it was.
boys making out with each other.
And like, I think girls kissing was like the other subreddit that we were
That's
on.
incredible.
Yeah.
For the kids,
for the
you did a
kids.
lot of homosexual stuff for the kids. You also spat a drink into my mouth
I did.
for the kids.
We baby bird. That's
yeah.
what it's called.
That's so sweet.
Apparently, I wasn't
thought
supposed to
this
swallow
was like
it.
a charity stream for children. I'm like,
I mean, it's for the kids, but the kids shouldn't watch it.
the kids
The
absolutely should
not
never
watch
watch it under any
I was gonna say, you
circumstances.
picked a hell of a weekend to be away.
I know.
Yeah.
I really God that.
We had to make up for you being gone.
I know. Well, originally, like I had planned to be out of town that weekend because I knew Extra Life was supposed to be the weekend before, like a long time ago when I bought my flight.
Damn it, the camera was on me. Don't I spilled?
And then of course, like when we changed it, I was like, well, fuck, because I'm going. I went home to see my family because I'm spending Thanksgiving with my girlfriend's family, and so I was like, oh, I'll get this, I'll go and see them. And then I was just like, I was sitting at home, literally, like just like watching Twitter and like saying, oh, I'm just like, oh, my friends are making out, and I'm just sitting.
I know, it's the worst. One of the comments was, where was Mariel? Like, I feel like I can hear her screaming from wherever she is right now.
That actually happened to me one time where two of my best friends, basically one of my friends got cornered in a bar by this guy, and she like didn't want to talk to him. She's like, "Oh, I'm gay." Like she's not, but that's of course that's the only way that he could leave her alone. And he was like, whatever, prove it. And so she was like, fuck it. So she just ran over to one of my other friends and kissed her. And my other friend, Chloe, was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, how dare you do that without me there? What the fuck? You didn't even think to FaceTime? Like, you couldn't take a picture?
You couldn't have selfied while you were making
proof?
out? Fucking rude.
No
Picture
evidence?
didn't happen.
Well, I can't think of a more perfect segue into my first time.
Oh, wow.
Which, I mean, this is something a lot of people have been asking for a long time. My first kiss.
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, everyone's had one.
Everyone has
I
had
know.
one.
I was thinking about this one, and I was like, it's weird because it's like you have more than one first kiss if you think about it, right? Because it's like you have the first time that like a person like puts their mouth on your mouth in like a not family way, you know what I mean? Like, but like a lot of people, like myself included, like that was like a dare, and that's not what I consider like
That's
my
what
first
mine was
kiss.
too.
Mine
Yeah.
was spin the bottle, which I don't count.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
I don't
count
count my
it.
first kiss as my first kiss.
Because I think it was literally just like,
Yeah, it was like in a pool with a bottle, so like it didn't even work, and it was just like obviously rigged, like
Yeah.
super
Right.
rigged.
Yeah,
and
it's all rigged.
I was like, so anyway.
well, that's what it's like in Trump's America. Things are rigged.
I was trying so hard.
We were,
I'm
We were
not-
so on a roll. We made it like what, like 5 minutes,
I'm not making
10
any
minutes.
claims one way or the other.
You're just saying.
You're just saying.
Yeah.
But what was your first kiss that you feel was like,
So my first kiss.
My first kiss
Texas,
went a
tell us
little
about
like
yours
this.
Oh yeah, you're here.
I
Now
was
you have
hoping
to.
I would sneak in and sneak right out on
not
that
at
one.
all.
waiting? You're like waiting in the wings.
Honestly, actually, my first kiss, okay, Bradley M. Gray.
Wow.
When you have the middle initial,
That's serious.
So yeah, I was
People go,
19 or 20, and it was in Galveston, Texas, and I was actually down there
They know a
working,
place
and he was actually a ballet dancer, and I was
flexible.
Yeah, he was pretty amazing, and it was actually the first time I actually had been made out with a guy, so it was kind of crazy. We were actually on the beach. I was working at a bar there. I was bartending, and he came in on his 21st birthday, and I was I think 19 or 20. And
older, man.
yeah, he was older. Yeah, and so he was of legal age.
Scandalous.
So he asked me, what time I got off work. It was, of course, 3 a.m. So I was like, yeah, but we're right there by the beach. So in Galveston. So this club is called Purgatory. It's not even open anymore. But Purgatory, I know, right? I know. Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what kind of debacle that was? Let's just call our bar
Like, what
Purgatory.
shit went down in Galveston,
Yeah.
Let's just,
Was it a gay bar?
It was a gay bar.
Because it sounds like a gay bar name.
It was an absolute gay. It was kind of like a dungeon-esque type bar.
Oh.
I worked there. Yeah, it was very brief. But made a lot of money. But yeah, so we went down to the beach, and yeah, he was the first guy that ever kissed me on the beach. It was kind of nice. It was very romantic.
That's so
and
sweet.
It was,
I like that way better than the
romantical.
pencil sharp.
well,
Yeah.
it was way better
led
than
with
pencil
ballet
sharpener.
dancer
I
on the
know.
beach.
Right.
But the crazy thing is that he actually wound up kind of being an asshole because he said, I'm going to call you the next day. Oh yeah. Didn't call. And then
Funny
I
you
was like,
mentioned
because I was supposed to be leaving that afternoon. He was like, so I went to his hotel where we had spent the night there. And so then he was like, oh yeah, you know what, here, I'm going to give you my email. And I was like, no phone number? Really?
Email.
So, because he lived in New York, and so he was a ballet dancer, and so I was like, okay, whatever. So, and then I tried to email him that later that night, and it wasn't a real email.
Oh, what's his name?
His name was Bradley and Gray.
you,
So Bradley! Yeah.
That's why you could put his full name out there, right? Because now we're all
hoping-
gonna
I'm
find
hoping
So
that
someone
Bradley
will
M.
find
Gray, the
Bradley
ballet
Gray.
dancer, wherever you are.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
We gonna
Get
find you.
fucked.
And I'll be right back with your drink after that.
We gonna find you. We gonna find you. So it's funny that Texas mentioned not wanting to contact you after, because that was like my first kiss.
Oh no.
My first kiss was when I was 15 years old.
kiss
Went a little like this.
Sorry.
And twist.
I was 15 years old. I was on a cruise with my family. It
Ooh.
was a carnival cruise. And I was 15, and so we were paired with the group of kids that was 15 and 17. And there was a guy named Russell, who was 17 years old. He was 6'5",
Oh.
curly brown hair. Damn.
Like Jufro or like just curly?
Just curly.
Okay.
I'm into it.
And he was like super flirty with me for like the first day or two. And we ended up hanging out every single night. And the third or fourth night of the cruise, it was like a 7-day cruise, so it was pretty long. we ended up at the front of the ship. Fucking romantic as fuck.
Titanic as fuck.
And we're sitting at the front of the ship watching the water, and he leans over, he goes, "Could I kiss you?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah. And we kissed, and he said some, like, really cheesy line there. He was like, you know how scientists want to test an experiment, and then they need to test it again? And I was like, uh-huh. And he's like, let's do that again. And then we, like, kissed again. I don't remember the exact details of it. So we ended up kissing again, and something awoke inside me that day that was pretty magical.
Your little Barbara.
Oh yeah, my little Barbara was awoken.
Was ready.
At
Barb,
that moment.
That's called being horny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a fucking horn dog at that moment. And then the next day, I saw him and I waved at him, and he went like this.
Oh.
And I was fucking heartbroken.
What a cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, Russell.
And it's really crappy because he even told me, he's like, after we kissed, he's like, "You're a really good kisser." And I was like, I know. I've done this so many times. So, yeah. Fuck you, Russell.
Fuck you,
from
Russell.
Utah. I remember where you're from.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Watch him be a
Find you.
Rooster Teeth fan, and he's crying right now.
Oh my god. Well,
He's
I
like,
think
"Oh, you
honestly, if
missed
he
out
had been a
on
Rooster Teeth fan, he might have been crying for a very long time.
He has like pictures of you like all over.
Yeah.
He's like, someday I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, then he started hanging out with, like, another 17-year-old girl.
Ew.
You know what?
Fucking bad.
Fuck Russell.
Fuck Russell.
Fuck Russell.
Fuck Russell.
Fuck Russell 2K16. Fuck Russell and fuck, what was his name?
Thank you.
Bradley.
Bradley.
Bradley and
Fuck
Russell.
Russell.
And
Fuck
Greg.
Bradley. All right.
Fuck Lizzie.
Lizzie, I know, right? Fuck
Lizzie.
Lizzie, yeah. See, we need a list of all the people.
Can we have an
that-
always open list of
you-
people to
exactly.
fuck?
Yeah.
But
should
not like
hide
the
it
fun
somewhere in
fuck,
the
because I have a
background.
different kind of list of people to fuck. But like, if we want to have a mean list of people to fuck, then we can totally do
There's
that.
a fuck and a fuck you.
To get
Yes.
fucked.
Yeah, get fucked list.
Get fucked list
get
and want to get fucked by list. Those are two
Fair
different.
enough.
Yes.
We'll have, like, menu versions of them somewhere on the
I
site.
love it.
nice.
And it'll be
Be
a
nice.
whiteboard. We could just keep adding to it
Yeah.
as the show goes on.
Perfect.
Totes.
Orders
Can't
up.
wait.
Wish I could continue the like the whole trend of like get fucked, this guy sucks, but I have a beautiful story of like romance and magic.
Oh.
No, so you guys can all tell me to get fucked, I suppose. But no, I was so I went to a middle school that was really small. There was only 40 people in the entire middle school, and I went from there to a high school where there were 900 people in our freshman class.
Wow.
And so it was like this big like awakening for me, and I met this like really cool girl. Like she was like a cool girl. Like she had like straight across bangs.
Oh.
And she like lived in her attic.
Oh.
And we would like listen to like old punk music.
Did she also like Panic at the Disco?
No,
Oh.
she did not like Panic at the Disco.
Cool.
She was
She's cool.
we were
Mario!
we were very, it was much more like we were listening to like Susie and the Banshees. Like we were like
Oh, you
too
guys
cool
were-
for school. No, and
You guys
I
were like
guess
a Wes Anderson movie.
we were a lot. And you know, we'll call her Marge because that was her name. And
We'll just call her this.
We'll just call her Marge, and which is also a cool Wes Anderson name.
Yes, it is.
And so we were at this concert at this venue that used to be like an old like 1930s theater, and then they turned into a concert venue.
You're such
and
a stereotype
no,
right now.
I know.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you this story. Like it sounds fake as fuck. You can fact check it. Ridgely Theater, Campoy Boulevard, Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm gonna look up your tickets.
It's beautiful. And we were standing next to this like red velvet wall and listening to the music. And she saw a friend walk by, and the guy was like, "Hey, Marge," and she was like, and then she just turned around and she like grabbed me by both shoulders and like pushed me into the wall and just kissed me, and I was like,
Yes.
Marge.
and I was
Wow,
like, I was
Marge.
like gay for the next 8 years.
Yes.
It was intense. And
Wait, but
love
you were
it.
like a revenge kiss, though.
I mean, I'm not saying that it was like the most romantic. We didn't fall in love or anything. I mean, I was like definitely attracted to her, but like it was more just like it was like this moment of just like it was her wild abandon and my rebellion, and it came together
On a red velvet
on
wall.
a red velvet
At a
wall at a
concert.
concert.
Yes.
I know, it was like a whole thing. It was
love
a
it.
whole thing. And then I tried to bleach her hair and like burned her scalp, and she never talked to me anymore.
That devolved really
Wow,
fast.
that escalated
Like
quickly.
a year later, and that's why we're not friends anymore, and that's why I'm super confident that she'll never know that I told this story on a podcast.
I like how you're like, let's call her Marge, because
That's her name, yeah.
That was her name.
All right.
She got married to a guy named Homer. And
Oh my god.
They have some kids. It's cool.
It's cool.
Props.
Mine is also very gay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm continuing.
Don't leave me gay hanging.
I'm not gonna leave you gay hanging.
I don't think you have a problem.
Listen, you guys.
This is a pretty.
I'm the gay rep here. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
When you
She
tell
has
your
a claim on
stories, you take my thunder.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm taking your gay thunder as well as she took your gay thunder. We're all taking your gay thunder today. So my first real kiss was with my first actual relationship, which was my first girlfriend.
Lizzie.
No, not Lizzie. Lizzie was not my first girlfriend. Lizzie was my second girlfriend. Lizzie can go get fucked.
Yeah, fuck Lizzie.
So her name is Hope. Her name, like that's a code name, but not. And I still remember it completely vividly to this day. My parents were out. We were at my house. Like we went to the same middle school together, and we were watching Zoe 101 because, as you do back in middle school. And it was one of those like stupid movie moments where like we were just sitting there like cuddling, watching TV, and it was like kind of sexual tension, but not because we were in middle school. Well, I was in 8th grade, she was in 9th grade.
Everything
so she was
in
a high
middle school is
schooler.
sexual tension.
Exactly. So it was like
Yep.
we kind of figured we had a crush on each other because we've been playfully flirting, but we're like, we don't know. You know, we're young. Maybe we just like each other as
Yeah.
really good friends. And we kind of looked at each other and like looked in each other's eyes and like leaned in and we kissed and we were like, oh, what was that? And then we ended up making out and we ignored the rest of Zoe 101 but it was just, and that started our relationship from that day. Like we kind of went on from there and we saw each other at school the next day and like we
Did
started
you like
dating.
date for a while?
Oh yeah, we dated
Okay.
for a long, she was like my first girlfriend. Like we
Aw.
dated, she was the first person I like fooled around with and everything. And she's also my best friend to this day. We had this really weird, like we broke up and never spoke to each other and now we're like best friends that could see each other naked because we've seen each other naked back in the day. And we kind of joke about it like now and again, like, remember that time we dated? That's funny. So we're like,
That's the weird thing about girls
Yeah.
who date girls.
girls
I
who
just
date girls.
don't Get it.
It's, I mean, I don't know. She's the only person who I've dated and been like BFFs with. We're like a closer relationship because we've been inside each other. I don't know.
Okay.
There you go.
It's
I
magical.
was gonna say,
Yeah,
you're making
it's
me feel like a
magical.
monster because I have a strong scorched earth policy with anybody I date, male or female.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
talk to them anymore.
That's-
Thank you very much.
But that's the thing. It's like everyone else I have a scorched earth policy with. Hope is the only person.
Does she
I
give you-
still-
Oh, good God.
No, don't you clink glasses over that.
I've been waiting.
You're losing Barbara to everyone tonight.
I am.
Jeez.
All I have to do now is just sit back and let other people do this.
Yeah, Barbara's created her pun minions. But yeah, that was my first kiss. My first kiss and my first real relationship.
But your first kiss was a makeout.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
jeez.
well, here's the thing. It was a kiss, and then it was like a, oh my God, we're gonna go for it, and then we made out. But it was a cute kiss.
Okay.
It was a cute kiss first. It was like a, oh, we leaned into each other.
on
And
a scale of Barbara to Ashley to 10, like
it was the first kiss was a Barbara and Ashley. Like
so
it was
cute.
It was a very
so cute,
cute,
so
kiss.
innocent.
And then it was like we kind of, because we both had never like made out with anyone, so we were kind of fumbling around it together. So it was like very innocent, very
just imagine
pure.
like two people like
I wanted, you guys are ruining my beautiful, like, baby Les, like,
yeah,
like
no.
blue is the warmest color,
Baby
like,
Les.
moment
Oh my
that I'm having right now.
I am sorry.
First of all, blue is the warmest color. Has a lot of scissoring, and that's just not a
Scissoring
thing.
is not a thing.
Scissoring is not a thing.
thing.
Why do people think scissoring is a thing?
Porn. The answer is porn. Porn
Fuck
is the
you,
reason
porn.
that scissoring is a thing. But,
it's not a thing.
listen,
not
I
a thing.
scissor Aaron all the time.
No, you bump donuts.
I'm talking about Aaron, my boyfriend Aaron.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm
He sold
sorry.
me.
Can we go back to bumping donuts?
Bumping
What the
donuts.
fuck?
That's I don't know if that's a term Aaron made up
I
or
think it
heard.
is.
And
The
just,
first time I heard it was from Aaron.
he says bumping donuts is in like two ladies scissoring, but he calls it bumping donuts because it's like
I thought
If-
I
wouldn't
thought
that
it
be
was
ass to
assholes.
ass?
That's
Yeah,
what I
that
thought
was
it
assholes. To me, a
assholes.
donut makes me think of an asshole.
Yeah, I always thought assholes.
he
Every time you
doesn't-
see a
he's-
donut, you think
he
of
doesn't
assholes?
know.
I don't eat donuts.
Oh,
Why?
why?
I don't like donuts. I don't know. I don't have a funny, cool comeback.
It tastes like shit. It reminds me of ass.
No, but yeah, are you just gonna do that in the background of the rest of the thing?
I like the noise it makes.
It is a noise.
I think he just likes saying bumping donuts.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
He'll just like slip.
I
that in
can't figure out the
anytime he
logistics
can.
of that because if scissoring were going to work, which it doesn't, it would have to do this. It couldn't do this.
I feel
this
like
wouldn't be a thing.
also you have like some bones here around the
Yeah,
like
I just feel like it
that
would be.
seems painful.
I mean, we can go into scissoring logistics all day long, trust me. I can only think of a way where it would work for one person, but it definitely, I don't think could work for
Well,
both
it's just
people.
like the angles of where the clit is.
I saw,
Yeah,
I saw one very tasteful video on xvideos.com, but it was like,
Put the link in the description.
it was like
Link
one
dump
girl
that
on
shit.
her back and the other girl was all the way up, and then she had the girl on her back's leg over her shoulder. So I was like, okay, that would work for the one girl that was like straddling because there's just so much to have friction. But the girl that's on her back is just like, I'm here for you. Like nothing's happening for her.
I also saw a very tasteful video on RedTube once.
That's a lie. RedTube is where porn goes to get.
Listen, RedTube has some classy porn. I feel like the only time scissoring is appropriate is with double-ended dildos.
That's not even scissoring.
That's
at
not
that
even scissoring.
point.
Like,
It's a
I feel
whole
like that's where
thing.
the scissoring myth
God.
came from.
Oh
Is
my
that
God, you're
men
probably
maybe
right.
saw like double-ended dildo porn and thought maybe girls just do that without the dildo, but that's so untrue.
You just cracked
Is
the
Barb
Da Vinci
just
Code.
staring into the camera?
There's a double-ended dildo.
Oh, sweetie.
Yes, because there's two vaginas
yes, and so each vagina has one end of the dildo and they fuck.
inside of them. Did you never see the uncut version of Requiem for a Dream?
No.
Oh, sweetie.
I like the Texas off screen just went yes.
I'm learning
Oh,
so much.
Yes.
No, I
Maybe
can't
that's we cracked the Da Vinci
I
Code of
think
where
you
scissoring came from.
Yes, I'm
Double-ended
so.
dildos.
I've never been so proud to know you than like right at this moment. We've been through some stuff.
so great.
I've never been so proud to know you.
My first kiss.
Right, sorry.
Sorry, Meryl.
Is also gay. So more on the scissoring. I had a friend, and I'm not gonna name her name.
Why am I spilling so much?
We'll call her Marge.
Also Marge?
call her
It's also
Marge.
Marge.
Turns out it was
Damn
the
it,
same girl.
Marge.
Turns out-
It was the same.
She came
That
over.
Jezebel.
She's
Lezabel.
she's a great person, that Marge. Anyway, so I had a friend, and this was also, I think I was in the eighth. No, I think I was a freshman in high school.
So you're like 14-ish? 14,
yeah.
15?
And this girl, I knew she was like openly gay. Like she was like, you know, I don't care, who knows it, whatever. And we were
Was
friends.
she the gay icon of the
No.
grade? Okay,
No,
because
we
you know
didn't
every
really-
grade
yeah.
has the gay icon.
Yeah, of
course.
No, we didn't have. I mean, I grew up in a really small conservative town, so there wasn't
Okay.
anyone.
But I say we did not have that.
Yeah, I was like, you get that, you get kicked out.
Gotcha.
But we were friends, and basically like her and a few of other friends we were all hanging out once, and I knew that she liked me, but I wasn't like, I know I didn't like her, but I was like, I like women, I know I do. And so she kissed me, and she was like, yeah, like, you know, like, I think this could go somewhere, and I was just like, I don't think I like girls. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what's going on. 'Cause
And that coming from Mary.
and
Oh,
now-
what a journey.
I mean, I knew I was lying, but I didn't know how to be like, I just don't like you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm
Okay.
just gonna go with the whole, and in a few years we'll both figure it out, and maybe you'll be.
It's like the
resentful,
opposite thing where like if you're a girl getting picked up by a guy, but you're like, I'm sorry, I'm a lesbian.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're
Sure,
like,
Mary,
the
like,
complete
I'm
opposite.
sorry, I'm
sorry, I'm
straight.
and I lied about it. But we were friends after that, and I think it was just like a crush that I didn't know how to put down easily. So I
Was it a
Put
good
down,
kiss?
not let down.
put down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
killed
dog.
her. No, I killed her. After.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember it being magical or I just remember that that was like my first one besides like Spin the Bottle and
Yeah.
Truth or Dare and all of that stuff
Right.
that I can remember. But it wasn't like, it didn't set any sparks off.
a
It wasn't like,
magical moment.
oh, I know, because I knew I knew before then I liked girls, and it wasn't anything. It was just that's it.
Yeah. Like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I thought I was gonna marry that guy.
Oh,
It was a beautiful story
Barbara
up until the
Russell
point where he was a
was-
big dick.
Yeah.
That's true.
it's probably because
He
he
probably
had a small
had a big
dick.
dick because he was 6'5".
Small
No. We're not gonna get into this too long, but the person I lost my boy virginity to was 6'4", and it remains the smallest dick I've ever seen.
Oh.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna put these on before I read this next ad read.
Jesus, are good.
Beautiful.
These nice?
Hot damn.
Sometimes standing out is about doing things differently than everyone else. Sometimes it's just wearing the right pair of shades. Boom. And sometimes it's doing both. I want to tell you guys about the coolest company taking over the sunglasses industry right now, Diff Eyewear. I've been wearing their JoJo styles with turquoise frames and blue mirror lenses, and I love them. Aren't they awesome?
They
them.
really
They look
are
so good on you.
amazing.
I feel very Hollywood in them. Diff Eyewear offers stylish handmade sunglasses constructed with high-end materials. They're as good or better than designer sunglasses without the $200 to $300 price tag. The best part, for every pair of sunglasses you buy, Diff Eyewear will give a pair of reading glasses to someone in need. You could get one in every color you like and still pay less than some designer brands. It just makes sense. Do good, buy smarter, be Diff. Go to diffeyewear.com/open right now to get 15% off your purchase. That's diffeyewear.com/open for 15% off. diffeyewear.com/open. Thank you, Diff Eyewear.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Glam.
they're just
glam.
I'm gonna need those.
Apparently Kylie Jenner wears these.
Oh.
Saying.
Wow.
We're like the same person.
Yeah, basically.
Clearly.
You guys
No.
look exactly alike.
I went with the blue because I felt like it would go.
No, they look really,
look
really
great.
I
cool.
also like that I can see myself.
Yeah,
in
the
it.
mirrors.
Yeah,
the
that's my
mirror
favorite
lenses are
part.
just
Do you want
like
me to just
the
like
best.
stand here for you guys the whole
Yeah.
time?
Oh, thank you. Oh.
There you go.
Just like check your makeup.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Check my
I
teeth.
love these. It also comes in like a super cute case.
Yeah.
That is cute.
I'm gonna need to get
so
those mirror lenses.
All right, so let's move on to Ask Us Anything. This question comes from Kate P. What are you most insecure about?
I'm super insecure about getting attached to people.
Really?
I'm super insecure, not like friendship wise and romantic wise, because I wouldn't call myself a hopeless romantic because I'm also a pessimistic cunt.
All right.
But
Being a pessimistic cunt.
being
Oh,
a
yeah.
pessimistic cunt.
All cheers to that,
Yeah,
for sure.
So I wouldn't say I'm a hopeless romantic, but when I do fall, I fall fast and I fall hard, and it's burned me before. So I don't know if it's insecure, if it's like the hand that's bitten doesn't feed. That was really dramatic. I apologize.
Yeah,
intense.
But I get really insecure about being friends with people and like falling for people. It's like a specific example when, I first met you and we started like hanging out, I was like, Barbara doesn't really like me. Like there's no way that Barbara's so cool. There's no way she could like me.
I don't.
I know she doesn't. I knew you both were doing it at the same time. But it's like a weird insecurity that I have is that like no one actually likes me
feel like
and like
that's
no one's
very common.
actually my friend. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I say this to lots of my friends and they're like, Mika, everyone feels like that, and it's like it's a good kind of reassuring feeling that a lot of people feel like that. But I had these I joined the fencing team, and this group of fencers were like my family at school, and we went to Disneyland together, Disney World together. We like did spring break together. They invited me over. They're like my family, but it took me over a year for me to actually believe that they liked me and that they wanted to be my friend. Like I don't know why, but I'm always convinced that people secretly hate me. It's like this really weird insecurity, and that's why I always don't like calling people my friends or like falling for people being like, I like this person, because I'm like, it's gonna burn you, Mika.
Yeah,
You're
or,
gonna
like,
be sad.
They secretly.
Thank you, Mara. Mara just whispers she hates me.
I mean, Meryl likes everything.
I just like
everyone.
seeing myself go in and out of your frame.
But yeah, I guess that's my main like actual life affecting insecurity, which don't you fucking dare. Which I'm working on. Like I'm working on actually believing that people may like me as a person.
You know what? I have good advice for that.
As a person.
I like you. I like you too.
I thought I'd switch it around.
Thank you.
Here's what I've learned over time. I'm very much in the same boat as you, where I'm convinced everyone fucking hates me. And if I see people talking, I'm like, they're talking about me. They hate me.
Oh my God,
They're
right?
telling secrets about me.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't put in the same effort that you do of being your friend or being someone in your life, they're not worth your time. So if you feel like you need to like pursue someone or constantly be like reassuring them that you like them and that you're friends and like constantly having to like pull that person into your life, it's not worth your time.
And that's the weird thing is like I totally agree with you, and that's the sad thing is it's not situations like that. It's like situations where it's 50-50, we're great friends, and I'm like, they hate me. Like they absolutely don't you dare Mariel, I swear to God. But yeah, no, like I if I'm ever putting more effort into a relationship than I need to be or friendship or whatever, I'm always like get the fuck out. But it's always on like actually good friendships that I'm like, they secretly hate me and I shouldn't text them and ask them to hang out because no one wants to hang out with me. Which
I feel like everyone's been there.
everyone's been there. Everyone's been there. Just like everyone
not
like
alone in that.
sometimes is like boo. Like
Yeah.
everyone's been there.
Or boob.
Boo. So I don't know. I'm working on it.
I feel ya. No, I
Bob.
Bob.
Ben.
I'm Barbara.
Barb, we said no.
Made that joke before the show, said I wouldn't do it. I lied. Yeah, I'm in a similar situation where, you know, I'm very insecure about that. I always think people don't like me or that, like, people secretly hate me, even though they're saying they like me to my face. But what I'm most insecure about has a lot to do with my position at Rooster Teeth and, like, what I do here, which is I'm on camera a lot and I do a lot of things like this or a podcast and things like that. I'm always insecure that I'm just, like, not funny and that people are...
Uh-oh.
You made such a journey.
How to keep the joke going.
Thank you. No, that was great. See, you're funnier than me. But like, especially being on, I've been on the podcast for a few years now,
Right.
and you know, I'm very much aware that I'm not a great storyteller. You know, I every now and then have like a joke that I'm confident about, but more often than not, I'm like, fuck, like people are gonna think that I'm not funny, and they're gonna think like, why is she on this? Why can't they have someone else on this? And it's just like that constant paranoia of like, I'm not good enough for this. And also just the fact that like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I feel like I'm an imposter in everything that I do, essentially.
Yeah.
But I actually talked to someone about this recently, and they said that that's actually a good thing. Like, if you feel like, of course, oh yeah, I deserve this. I'm perfect for this. I'm great. Like, having that humbleness and that questioning to yourself is important to like, you stay grounded in a way.
Like, be a decent human being.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are just like, yeah, like, I fucking deserve this. And like,
God.
everything that has come my way,
I
I
know,
deserve.
What
And
is that? What is that like?
I don't know.
I
Because
think it's called
every day I'm
being
like,
a guy. Sorry, I'll put it out there. It's like it's just like walking into a room and being like, I think everybody wants to hear what I have to say right now. Like, I got some good stuff to say.
Did you see that really good joke that Andy Samberg, a man, told?
That's true. Men
you
can
know
tell
what-
good jokes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes
He
they
said-
should be allowed to do comedy.
He said, "Where do mansplainers get their water? From a well, actually." And Andy Samberg told the joke.
that's pretty
It's
great.
funny, but it also brings back a lot of trauma.
Like non-flashbacks.
Well, Barbara, I think you're very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. It's taken a long time, but I feel more confident in myself as I get older and like I come into myself more.
Right.
But I think that's just like a thing with, you know, history and coming of age and just not practice, but just experience in a certain thing where you get more comfortable.
Coming.
But say that's all really beautiful, but could you talk more about coming into yourself a
Yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I just put like a funnel and then like a tube.
Oh my goodness, that got so weird.
There was a lot. There was a lot.
We'll probably just cut that.
That does sound healthier than like an actual douche, though, which you're not supposed to do. America / every country that watches
Don't
this.
douche. Don't be a douche and don't douche.
Don't douche. Don't be a douche.
Why is douching bad for your
Messes
vag?
up your pH
Because it's
inside
self-cleaning.
your. It's self-cleaning. It's a hole inside your body. So it's like, okay, you know how like when you have like a submarine and the submarine always has a hole at the bottom of the submarine, but the water doesn't like rush up into the submarine because of like differing pressures. So like you have a hole up into your body, but that's why it's like such an important ecosystem and everything has to stay the same. The pH has to stay the same. All the cleaning microbes, the good bacteria.
All I'm getting from this is that I should name my vagina the Yellow Submarine.
Oh,
We all
100%.
live in a yellow
submarine.
There you go.
Mika's vagina.
Whoa.
Mika's vagina. We all live in it.
Mine's
That's
the
a
Mariana
large-
Trench.
Incredible. Are your tits named?
Oh my God, they used to be.
I'm the only one who
you
has
had to
named
look down
boobs.
to, like,
No, they
remember.
are. Well, okay, so my high school girlfriend named them Butch and Duke because she just felt like they needed like.
That makes sense.
I was
Well,
the butchier one.
Butch
I
and
suppose.
Duke meet Dimitri and Svetlana.
That's beautiful.
Mario and Luigi.
Mario.
It's a me.
We're all waiting for your tits names.
I don't know.
Could we name your boobs?
You could.
Can we do this like now?
Yes,
on,
okay.
On the
All right,
podcast.
what-
All right.
What would you
theme
like?
should we go?
Yeah.
I didn't wait. Everybody, be fucking quiet so that Marielle's boobs can speak to me. Okay, thank you.
Maybe something like Caucasian.
Okay. Becky and Tiffany.
I was gonna say like Brittany, but like with an I.
Oh God, no! I have an accent.
Well, you said Caucasian.
I
How about like Candace and Madison?
Do you want like male names or female names?
Whatever
Do you want
you
it to be
feel like.
themed?
Whatever speaks to you.
Oh. Yeah?
Milo and
Alana?
Otis?
And Abby.
And Abby.
That could work.
Alana and Abby.
That would be
Oh,
honored.
I like that. It's from Broad City.
Broad City.
Oh,
I
okay.
would be honored to.
Alana
to
and
have.
Abby.
Which one's Alana and which one's Abby? That's important.
It depends on the day, I think.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But in general, these are Alana and Abby.
Yes.
It's good to know now.
yeah.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
There you go.
It's a good. Or speaking of boobs, growing up, I was very insecure about my boobs just because they got so big so quickly.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
When did they sprout?
Oh God. I don't even remember.
Like puberty?
I feel like I've always had them.
You popped out of the womb.
Oh, your poor mom.
It's just all the women in my family are very busty. So it was just like a thing that I grew. I don't care now. I'm fine with it. But now I think something I'm insecure about is like losing a family member, like losing one of my parents. Like I literally think about that every day.
Really?
I think I'm like haunted by death.
Wow.
Like literally every day I'm like, I hope
That's called
no
a
one
ghost.
dies today.
You're haunted by that.
Yeah.
I'm haunted by
No,
a ghost.
but I understand that sentiment for sure.
I
Yeah.
think that's just a thing with age, though.
Yeah, I think I just like I haven't been able to get over the fact that my parents are getting older and I'm getting older. So
Yeah.
every day I'm just like, oh my God, time is crippling me.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Well, it was only recently for me that I had grandparents pass away. I've had all 4 of my grandparents up until about 2.5 years ago. And then my grandfather died and then my grandmother died, but like on separate sides. And just like I never had to deal with family members dying before that
Yeah.
at all. And it's just become so real, as I'm
Yeah.
sure it has been for like a lot of us at this age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I always have that. I always say that. I was like, I hope I go before my parents, but at the same time, I'm like, I know that like no parent wants to outlive their child.
Right.
Like my aunt, who was like my second mother, just passed like a month ago, and it was like that's the first time I've ever had to deal with major family death before, because like my grandparents on my dad's side kind of like I never really knew them very well. And so I only have like really one grandmother left that like I know and love, and I'm dreading that day. Like I feel that.
Yeah.
Don't even talk.
Yeah.
Like let's not even talk about that. But having someone who I know well and like connect with pass away recently, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
such
is.
a
man.
weird
It's such a
feeling.
mind fuck.
It's such a mind fuck. It's like it's one of those where it's like you talk to them every other day or weekly, and then you just don't.
Yeah.
I'm still not like it happened a month ago, and I'm still like
It's just such
in shell shock. It's fucked.
Yeah, it's such a.
Can we add the world to the go get fucked board?
Yeah, it's like get
Yeah.
fucked. Or like get fucked,
Or
like
just death.
mortality.
Yeah, mortality.
Like,
Go fuck yourself.
Like how have we
Who
not
gave you the
invented
right?
the ability to live forever yet?
Why can't we
Where
become
is that?
cyborgs?
we're so close. San Junipero made me believe that we are
I haven't
so
seen it yet.
Don't even talk about San Junipero to me right now, bitch.
How are you gonna come at me and Mika and
Yeah.
say that you're queen gay and you
Yeah.
haven't seen
How
the
are you
queen
gonna talk
gay
about
narrative? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm
can't even.
bullying you and we just became
but like,
friends.
No, I'm bullying her because like, how can you talk to us about being like not
seen
no?
San Junipero?
San Junipero is the gayest thing to ever
don't
happen,
care.
and it's gorgeous and beautiful.
It's okay.
What is this?
It's okay. She's straight. She's
It's okay.
fine.
She's fine. She
Why
doesn't
don't you
need to
get
see
mad
it.
at her?
Because she's straight.
Because
Okay.
this is my show.
Alright.
Okay.
You cannot come
invite
at
me.
us with your gay attacks and not see San Junipero.
I don't even know what you're saying.
It's an episode of Black
okay.
Mirror that got
So-
really gay.
But what I feel like we're gonna all take away from this and still be friends is that San Junipero movie night, like real soon.
Yes. Black Mirror
Why
marathon
don't we just
night.
leave now and go do it?
Yeah. Bye. Always open.
Why don't we like turn this into like a let's watch?
Yeah.
Theater mode. No. No. What were we talking about? Death sucks? Oh yeah, so death sucks. Death is the worst.
What's your
Insecurities.
insecurity?
What's my insecurity? I feel insecure about my insecurity now because everybody has like these really intense like life-altering things, and mine is that I was born cross-eyed and I'm still cross-eyed a lot.
Cross-eyed?
You're not.
Yes. No. Okay, so
I've never as much
what?
as I've known you, I've never once noticed that about you.
Same.
So I
Also, your eyes are gorgeous. Hold on, they're
You
like
have
so
so
much.
everything about you.
No, I mean they're pretty standard like Arab brown, but yeah, he did such an amazing job
God.
on my makeup. I
They're
feel like
gorgeous.
a beautiful
old
40s
Texas.
princess.
Yes, yeah.
Just nailed it.
I want that to be a color in like my Crayola crayons, like Arab brown.
Okay, well, there's like flesh, right, which is white people. So
Yeah.
like I feel like Arab brown could be a total thing. But no, well, okay. I'm not cross-eyed all the time anymore because I've had several surgeries on my eyes so that I'm not. But like if I get really tired, yeah, but if I get really, in fact, later, it's not visible from the camera, I don't think, but I have like a gnarly scar I can show you guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hell yeah. People love that scar. But I was born cross-eyed to the point where when I was in that really small middle school, we had like an 8th grade graduation where they showed everybody's like baby pictures.
Oh, no.
And I just sent in baby pictures of my mom. Like because all of my because I couldn't have my first eye surgery until I was 18 months old. So from 0 to 18 months I was a cross-eyed baby, like 100%
Like
of
literally
the time.
like this kind of cross-eyed type
Like
thing?
this, like, I mean, I can still do like this kind of cross-eyed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so that's why, like, if you guys ever go to my Instagram or anything like that, Instagram.com/ChelseaHarfood, all my pictures are, like, from the side, and I even, like, made Mika switch with me, and it's because if I stare on full-on to anything, or, like, especially if, like, I'm playing video games, which comes up a lot in my personal and professional life, then I just, like, if I'm focusing on something, this eye's like, oh, I don't have to work anymore, and it's just, like, it just goes in.
It's funny you say that because I actually have a lazy eye.
What?
But I've only ever noticed, like, if I stare directly into a camera, my eyes will go this way.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So like,
It's very subtle, and it only happens every now and then. But sometimes people notice it in photos, and I'm just like, "Dims my eyes.
yeah.
Can't do
can I
anything
do?
about it."
happens.
Just like we were talking about in terms of like, getting older and like accepting the things about yourself, and it's now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell everybody about my lazy eye and my cross-eyedness, and then it's like, no one on the internet can be like, did you know that you have a lazy eye? And I'm like, no, I do know that I
That's
have a
like step
lazy
one
eye.
in bullying. It's like
Yeah.
Right.
you acknowledge your flaws first before people could,
Totes.
could get on you for them.
Yep.
And then you get to the point, which I'm like almost there. I'm like 90% there, but it's like you get to the point where then it's like you become like you don't like people who don't like you. Like the most unattractive thing about another person could be like if they don't like you. It's like, oh wow, what's wrong with you?
It's like, why? I have a
I'm
lot to
beautiful.
offer.
Yeah. Excuse you,
You're crazy.
bitch.
I know a very small handful of people who I know don't like me, and I'm just like, oh, you got bad taste.
Exactly. It's like, oh wow, I don't trust you with anything now because you don't get it.
It's
Hey,
like
Barb.
that Meghan Trainor song.
I like you.
Thank you. I don't like you.
Okay.
Just
Is
kidding.
there?
I love you.
Is there a Meghan Trainor song? It's
like-
called "Thank You, I Don't Like You." Just kidding, I love you.
It's called If I Was You, I'd Want to Be Me Too.
Oh,
And I
I
kinda
have
like
heard that
that.
song.
Yeah.
Millie likes that song.
And the music video is great. I highly suggest you check it out.
Megan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor. I think that's her name, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
that
her
is
name.
It's the one who did the
It's all about
If you
the
want
bass
my
girls.
love.
She has a lot of good songs.
She sings that song about like, don't be my fuck buddy, be my boyfriend.
Oh.
Did you? I think you just
Well,
went
you know.
straight to like Meghan Trainor's deep cuts that like nobody knows but you.
I only know 2 Meghan Trainor songs.
Like, check it.
Her mixtape.
One is that bass song, and then one is the one that's like, don't call me unless we're gonna be serious.
She's also got Your Lips Are Moving.
Yeah.
Your
know
lips
that
are
song.
moving. Oh, you probably will if I play it for you.
Okay.
I'm
I
doing a
listen-
bad rendition
I
of
listen to
it.
good music, so I don't know what.
Oh
Meghan
shit,
Trainor's
Mario!
likes, so.
Listen,
Well-
I don't discriminate against any artist, so I just listen to them all.
I spent a lot of time with an 11-year-old girl, so if I didn't like pop music, my life would be like at least 40% worse. Just like on
I
any
like
given day.
40%. Like that's your percentage.
You know what would make your life 40% better?
Tell me.
A movement watch.
Oh.
Thanks to Movement Watches for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. Movement Watches was founded on belief that style shouldn't break the bank. The watchmaker's goal is to change the way consumers think about fashion by offering high-quality, minimalist products at revolutionary prices. With over 500,000 watches sold to customers in over 160 countries around the world, Movement Watches has solidified itself as the world's fastest-growing watch company. This holiday shopping season is here. With Movement, you can skip the crowds and standing in crazy lines at the mall and find a gift they'll love. And here's a few reasons why. They have his and her styles, one size fits all, and perfect price with Movement watches starting at just $95. That beats department store prices. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com/open. This watch I love it so much. It's the rose gold one, and I've been getting a ton of compliments on it. I love it, and I wear it almost every day. Now's the time to step up your watch game. Go to movementwatches.com/open and join the movement. Thank you, Movement Watches.
Do you ever do like this power move, like the thing that I always feel like?
I do. It's like the
I do the Blaine sometimes where I flip it over.
onto the
Blaine
like,
does
Is that what
this.
Blaine does?
Yeah.
Why?
does it
He
on
wears
the
his
inside.
wrist on the like inside.
He
of
wears
his
his wrist?
so he can.
He wears his wrist on the inside.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
You did.
Texas,
Texas.
I
And I
blame
was
you.
like, and I was like,
What I
I
do.
blame you.
Blaine, Android revealed. Android confirmed.
He wears his wrist on the inside of
He
his
wears his watch on the inside of his wrist. All right, so let's move on to our final subject, which is sexpertise. And this question comes from Janae C. And Janae wants to know, hey guys, so about a week ago, I lost my virginity to a friend of a friend at a camping trip. I barely knew the guy, but he was super nice and we were safe and everything. But now I think I have a crush on this dude who I only know very little about. When all it was to him was a one-night stand. I'm not sure if I just like this guy or not. Do you guys think it might just be common to be kind of pseudo in love with the first person you have sex with?
Like, that's why friends with benefits don't really work out, because if you keep fucking them, you're gonna fall for them.
Dude,
You've
no.
watched too many rom-coms. Like,
I'm about to say, I
like
was
The Notebook,
yeah.
for example.
Okay, what was that about? Because, like, you tweeted that, and I was so confused.
Okay, side note. When we did the Extra Life stream, we were doing this trivia round where we would get slapped in the crotch by this little thing that Screw Attack/Game Attack made. It was like a Japanese game show type game
Okay.
thing, where it was trivia, and the topic was rom-coms. And I just like fucking blanked, and I said The Notebook, and I was like, it was fucking funny, like humor. So it was
That's
an
why.
extra.
I get it.
Okay.
I've had some friends with benefits that were strictly friends with benefits, and they ended as friends with benefits, and there was nothing more or nothing less.
It's doable.
Yeah, it's 100% doable.
I 100%, like, until I was in the relationship that I'm in now, like, I was only somebody, I was the guy that they had sex with. Like, I was, like, only wanted, like, physical things and didn't want to be in a relationship with anybody. And, like, it wasn't, like, in, like, a woe is me, like, nobody's gonna ever love me, like, it was just, like, I don't know, like, I wanted to be, like, the weird aunt that, like, spent time abroad and, like, had a snake and, like, just was never, like, tied down. And so but I found, and I don't know if you guys have ever had experience like this, but it's like, it definitely seems like a gender thing where guys just assume that you're gonna like fall in love if you have sex with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, typically, I think that's the social idea.
I think there's,
Well,
I
but
don't
that's
think
the
it's a
thing.
thing.
Okay, I feel like I need to clarify. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Right.
I'm saying that it's just it's a commonality that
Yeah.
often, even people who have mutually decided this is going to be friends with benefits, but if, like, say you sleep with each other once a week for 3 months, eventually, like, it's possible that sometimes you'll develop feelings, especially if
Totally.
you're like
Yeah.
friends before that or something
I think
like that.
it's not necessarily even a girl thing versus a guy thing.
No,
I think
no, no, I'm just
anybody
saying in
who's
general.
intimate with someone, especially
Yeah.
if it's on a common, not a common, but like a regular basis, it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna develop these like want and need for this person, and possibly this chemical reaction to them of like feeling like you need them in
Right.
a way, on a more romantic level.
I also feel like it depends on the person.
Totally.
Like, some people can be like, I can fuck you for a month straight every day and not care, or someone could, you know, sleep with someone and then, you know, maybe crush on them. Like, maybe even sleeping with someone, to some people, changes their perspective, because they're like, I at first saw you just as a person, but we're sexually compatible.
Right.
So now I see that we could possibly be romantically compatible, especially, like, we don't know how old this girl is.
Yeah.
Age also sometimes has to do with
also
it.
So I'm
you-
assuming it's probably.
I assume she's not very old.
Right, and so,
Well,
like,
who
especially,
knows?
like, maybe,
Yeah.
okay, she also said she lost her virginity. Maybe she's never had
Right.
an intimate connection, intimate
You got there.
connection with a person before.
Yeah.
So the first intimate connection is usually, sometimes, not always, a big-ish deal. You know, like, you feel like, oh, I've now been intimate with someone. Maybe we could be romantic as well.
You're also giving a lot of yourself to this person.
That's true.
Especially if it's your first time, like, you feel very vulnerable. You know, it's the first time someone is feeling that part of you, and just like you're basically giving all of yourself to another human being for the first time.
Also, society puts
It's-
a big emphasis on losing your virginity,
Yeah,
and
it's like
popping your
it's a
cherry.
It's gonna be very confusing.
Yeah. I mean, I read a study one time that said that people form like more intense romantic or like intimate connections with people when they go through like a serious event with them. And the way they studied it was like they had strangers go 2 by 2 down like this crazy rope like ladder that was going over a huge ravine, and they found that those people, like something like 70% of them were like, I think I'm really in love with this person. Like, I know they're a stranger, but now that we've gone over this ravine together, like, we're in love.
Yeah.
But it was really common, and it's something like you were saying, like, in the hormones, it's like, okay, I experienced a major life event with this person.
Exactly.
Therefore, they must be important, and, like, and it's imprinted in your brain. And so if you're a person who feels like losing your virginity was an important moment in your life, then that person's like sealed to it for you, you know?
Yeah.
And
so
she asked if it's common to be kind of pseudo in love with the person you have sex with for the first time, and it's like, that is not weird at all. I think
No, not at all.
Not at all. I think it's very common.
Yeah,
actually.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Especially if you're young. I think that if you lose your virginity to someone, a lot of people are like, well, we're in love now.
Or
That's what
even
that has
just
to
like,
mean.
what does this mean? Like, should we be dating? Like, it's just very confusing to be, especially if you're not in a relationship with this person and you have sex with them for the first time ever. That's got to mess with your head big time.
Yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely. Like, that must be something like, okay, so do we date now? Like, I gave something that's a big part of me to you. Where do we go from here? And, like, I've definitely experienced it, like, at a younger age of, like, you know, giving something like that to someone who wasn't my virginity, but, you know, sleeping with someone and then them being like, okay, goodbye. Yeah. It's like, okay, but wait, I thought that was when I was a little bit younger and a little bit more naive.
That
and
was
it's
like me with my first kiss.
Right. With fucking Russell. It's like, I thought we shared something and Russell was like, nah, brah, that wasn't it. That ain't me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you guys have any advice for her, Janae?
I would say give it like at least a solid 2 weeks and really sit with it, and then see, is there anything about this guy, like who he is as a person, how he treats you, what kind of like things you guys have in common? Or like, are you just like digmatized? You know what I mean?
That's
like you
beautiful.
gotta figure, like, but you gotta like, is there something more than that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say obviously you're going to have a lot of emotions about this person going on, a lot of feelings, confusion. And yeah, I mean, she said she doesn't really know him, so get to know him. And it's like, maybe he's not a great guy, but maybe he is. Maybe he is someone who you could
And if he's this,
have a relationship with.
if all of a sudden, like, you guys have everything in common and you get along and you end up dating, like, rad, 10 out of 10, go for it, girl.
Yeah.
But if he ends up not being the greatest person, don't just go for him because you lost your virginity.
Yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Oh, totally.
Also, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Because one thing that
Anybody else have another metaphor?
Yeah.
Also, fuck a duck.
Kill 2 birds with
totally,
1 stone.
yeah,
There you go.
all these like bird,
Don't.
And fuck it up.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
listen, foul-related metaphors are always gonna get you through anything that you need to do.
They were all bird related.
They were. That was the uniform theme.
lot.
But I do feel like it's crazy because it's I mean, I guess I could have brought this back to like insecurity. Like I was insecure about like how long it took me to have sex with a dude, because it's weird how like that's like the one that's like important, right? Like it's like a weird like society thing. And I felt like I was like really old losing my virginity in that way, and I was really, so it was like always a big thing to me until I did. And then after that I was like, once you're on the other side of it, no one cares. And like it never matters again for the rest of your life or in any relationship
It's
you're
like your
ever in.
GPA.
Yeah.
Like once you're out of college, no one
it
gives
does,
a fuck.
no one is ever going to ask about it again. No one cares. No one wants to know. It doesn't matter in
But
any
at the
way.
time, it's like...
But at the time,
Yeah.
it's the all. At the time, you have no perspective. So I think this girl, she needs some time to have some perspective. And then she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be a funny story I tell sometimes.
Yeah.
And nothing else."
And it's
Or
forever
they're
immortal.
gonna-
Or
immortalized
you're my
on the
husband.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's either one or the other. It's either going to be a funny story you tell eventually, or y'all are going to get married, and please mention us in your toast.
Please.
Oh, please do.
Please just invite us to your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll
go.
go.
I love weddings.
Janae,
I'll get
I'll
fucked up
go.
at your wedding, Janae.
Yeah.
Fucked up for you.
I
Only if
kill
it's
at
open
weddings,
bar.
and I will drive Mariel home. So there you go.
there you go.
Beautiful.
Well, anybody watching, if you have questions for us, you could submit those to alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We'd love to hear your suggestions for Ask Us Anything, My First Time, The Worst, Expertise, your shots. Send us all of your segments at alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com.
Also, follow-ups if we've answered one of your questions.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear.
Like Janae.
something.
Let us
I
know.
want to know. I'm invested now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and thank you guys so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having
And don't
us.
forget, we have a post show called Still Open that first members could watch. So sign up for your first membership to watch those. We'll be answering another question. So keep drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Don't have to tell me twice.
So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers. I kept a piece of-